Right, let's make something of these markets. Let's see what we've got going on here. We have got a very strong dollar in our hands, and we've got oil which is fighting this. The strength in oil is amazing, considering that is now a CBO. And look at the apex here. This is a really big thrust to the upside here. A little bit of something of a hangman bar, but I mean this is just phenomenal markets. Very strong. Now we've got US Treasury notes. Bit of a what do they call that? Anyway, it's a bit of an odd one. It's not RSI, so basically it's gapped up and closed lower. So that could be a selling signal. It's closed under that resistance. What I'm trying to get at is, if these safe havens are selling off, and there's gold that's potentially made a double top drop on the back of that strong dollar. If these safe havens sell off, we could see some very strong markets. Right, now let's look at the Dow futures. At the moment we've got the Dow futures which are holding. There's the trend line, and at the moment they've closed back up above the trend line. So these markets are not they're not being dropped, they're not being dumped. So be very cautious. A lot of the bellwether stocks are holding up. If you look at some examples, there is Apple, that is potentially going to bust up to 400. There is Visa, which is potentially going to bust up to 90 plus. Look at that trend line held on Visa. What else have we got? We've got Baidu, Chinese Google, which has broken up. So you can see all the analysis I've already done on this, which is breaking up. So pull back to 141.50, and you've got the potential to get to 165 plus. These markets are not selling off. Okay, so what's the implications for oil? Before I forget, let me just look at the corn. That is broken up above the 8. I think, despite the strong dollar, this is still moving on up. Gold I would steer clear of. Silver is in trouble. It's not in trouble. It's stalling. It's crashed into a trend line, retested the 8. If the 8 holds, we can still pop back up. Right, let's look at the oil. This oil is got invents tomorrow. So we've come off resistance at 90. This oil, same as the indices, is mirroring the indices, it's tracking the indices. And if we start to get back, we come back to 90 tomorrow, I think that can bust through. So much so, I wouldn't suggest you trade that to the long side. I mean, if that breaks 87.5, I think that's going to 90 plus. But you need a big stop, so I would steer clear. Right, quick look at the Forex charts. Pound. Sorry, let me just move this screen over. Wow, and that's a gigantic short to the downside. Any pullback, and this is just any pullback to 60.50 or 160, just get short. because that is quite some sell-off. We have got major support down here at 59, but I mean that has just engulfed so much price action. I'll be perfectly happy. I think realistically you're going to be lucky to get 160. Realistically, that pound looks that pound is toast, as I say. Trend line support below. The way that dollar's acting, that may not hold. If you take that pullback to 160, you've got a big stop, and you're trading in front of a trend line. So be very, very cautious. Make your own decision on that. Euro. I think that's yeah. Obviously, the RSI is already quite low here. It's a difficult one to trade. You get a huge spike up. I suggested you got short at 42.25, I think it was. So that triggered. We are at major support down here, so I wouldn't short it. We could potentially close back up here and get back in the range. I mean, this is just range. The euro is essentially a range trade, and we're just right at the bottom of the range here, so you can't short that at the bottom of the range. So I'm afraid you're going to have to leave it. Euro pound has got no trade. That's in no man's land. But keep an eye on that, because I think this could bust up. Now look at that. It's a kiss and tell. Broke up through the trend line, come back to test it, and we are now potentially going to break out. Wait till we get above the 50 before you go long. Look at the Swissy pairs. Swissy sold off big time with intervention today. If you do take that pullback, you're going to need a big stop. Let's look at the Euro Swissy. Huge move to the upside. It's not tradable from the point of view. You need just a humongous stop. Aussie Swissy, right up to resistance. Couldn't foresee this really. The only way you could have traded that is, how could you? You could have done that. That's legitimate. Could have got in on CBO. Aussie US. Very weak in the place of that trade, and that is at major support as well. So this is why I'm trying to encourage more of you to trade stocks, because sometimes Forex gets itself in a position where it's tough to trade. The strength in the oil is keeping this up. If you're in it, stay put, because you can get a close stop. If you're not in it, at the higher close, there's something in a reversal bar here, having touched the highs. You could have just put an exit order up there for 99.5. Stay in it. If you're long it, stay in it. If you're not in it, stay out. So that's all I got for you at the moment. Oh, the US dollar thingy was one I was watching, because I think I would put an order in the book to take a break of that. If that breaks above 121.35, I think, given this bottoming pattern here, I think that could get up to 125. So that to me is a good CBO setup. Quickly look at the pound pairs. Not trading it. Pound CAD. No, I was looking to see if that could break up, and instead it's broken down. So the only trade I'm interested in at the moment is that US dollar Singy. All the others are not tradable, and I'm steering clear of oil, given that it's invents tomorrow. Okay, but as you see from the bellwether stocks, the markets are trying to hold. Hope that helps, and see you in the next update.